Hi guys, it's Tanya with Experience Autism Alliance. I just decided that I was going to make a video this morning to give you guys a quick update on how my week's gone. I posted earlier this week about my husband and I putting Avery, our 14-year-old nonverbal autistic son, on the bus. So I thought I need to let everybody know, how I managed to get through this week. So I'm just making a quick video. So if you see me looking down, I have a few notes. So that's why I'm looking down. I just want to make sure I get my point across and all that good stuff. So anyway, so let me kind of give you guys a backstory if you didn't see the post about Avery riding the bus. So Monday, Avery rode the school bus for the first time ever. My husband and I have always driven Avery to school. We just always drove him to school, and that's how I always wanted to do it. And so about a few months ago, we made the decision that we were going to try the bus out. And I joke around and I say that my husband and our son's therapist bullied me into allowing Avery to ride the bus, but honestly, it's the best thing because he really needed to experience this, and I needed this also. So, like I said, I know a lot of special needs parents put their kids on the bus and they're completely fine with it, and it's nothing wrong with that, but it's just never been my thing. I'm super protective over him, and I have trust issues sometimes with other people that I don't know. And so that's been a huge reason why I never put him on the bus. It's always some crazy story online about bus drivers or bus aides that are abusing special needs kids, and I just never wanted to put my son in that situation. So I just always drove him to school. And so that's pretty much been my number one fear. But like I said, my husband bullied me into doing this, and I'm actually glad that I did do this. So Monday was the day, and I was just an emotional mess. I was a hot emotional mess Monday, but it was good. It was good for him. So Avery has a lot of anxiety. So that's the first issue. So the whole time we're getting ready for school, I'm telling him, we're going to ride the bus today, the bus today, the bus today. And so he doesn't understand what I'm talking about. When we leave the house, he's used to jumping in the van and we go to school. So that was the first, that started the behaviors and the anxiety because we didn't get in the van. We went to the end of the driveway. So second was the shoes situation. He hates shoes. So we typically put his shoes on in the car before we get to our destination. He walks out the front door without shoes on, and we just put his shoes on when we get to wherever we're going. So I had to put his shoes on in the house. So that was another trigger because he's like, what are you doing? We don't do this. So now he's upset because we're not in the van. Now he's upset because he's putting his shoes on. And I'm about 100% sure he was feeding off of my energy because I was just a mess. So the bus pulls up and I got on the bus first because, like I said, Avery has anxiety. So a lot of times I have to, if we're going into a building, I walk in first and I kind of encourage him that it's okay. So the same thing happened with the bus. I got on the bus, told him that it was okay, and then he climbed up. So he's crying at this point. I'm crying. It's just the bus driver's looking at me like I'm crazy. The aide's looking at me like I'm crazy. It was just so emotional. And I almost aborted the mission 3 times. I almost said, forget it. We're just driving them. Forget it, forget it, forget it. But my husband was like, you got this. He's got this. Let's just follow through with it. So we did. And he did fine. He did bang on the window a little bit and he cried and he put his fingers in his ears, but he was okay when I got off the bus. And with Avery, we typically like to do a trial run with him. And so because we didn't do that trial run, that's why his anxiety was pretty high. And so, but Tuesday, he jumped on that bus like a boss. He's been doing it. And so basically all he needed was a Monday. to kind of just get on the bus. So Tuesday, he got on the bus without any issues, which was great. And then today, he was even better than he was Tuesday. Jumped right, I didn't have to get on the bus at all. He just jumped right on the bus, sat in his seat, put his seatbelt on, and he was great. I was telling someone that my fear and everything was that I was throwing him in the hands of strangers, which technically I was, because I had never met these people before. And typically we meet the therapist, we meet the doctor, and I'm able to tell them Avery's behaviors and what triggers him. And they kind of get a feeling of the kid before he shows up. So when I threw him on this bus, I didn't know these people. And I only had like a short period of time to say, like, he pulls hair, he's gonna pull your shirt, he's gonna scratch you, make sure you keep the other kids away from him. So I was just trying to rattle off all this information, and the bus driver's looking at me like, calm down. We got this. So at the end of the day, he did great. And I'm just so happy that I was bullied into doing this, because my husband and I really want Avery to be able to experience as much as he can. He's 14, he'll be 15 soon. He's a big boy and he's been doing really, really good. And so we want him to just experience as much as he can, or as much as he can tolerate. And so Avery, a lot of times we have to put him in situations that he doesn't like, because I have 2 other boys. Our life is hectic and busy. So we're constantly putting him in situations that he hates, but he has to, because we all have to go. But I always felt like the bus, he doesn't have to ride the bus, because I was able to take him. But for me, being able to let go and let him experience this, I'm so proud of him and I'm so proud of myself. So if you are going through something like this, just give it a try. Just give it a try. And I know it's only been like 1 week and this may not work out for us, but right now it's working and I'm staying as positive as I can. And maybe this will be his thing, and maybe, he'll ride in the afternoon. We'll see. But right now it's just the mornings. But pushing him and having him try different things that's kind of out of his comfort zone, out of my comfort zone, it felt good. It felt really good. And I'm really proud of myself, and I'm just really proud of him. And so parents, if you're going through a similar situation, just keep trying. Don't give up on these kids. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But putting them in these different situations, I think it's good for them. I think it's really good for them. So you guys, that's all I have. So have a happy Friday. Have a great weekend. And I will chit chat with you guys probably next week. Thanks. Bye.